right, check it out. We are back in the Plains biome, and really we're here for the first official time, the first full episode that's going to be dedicated to building stuff here in the Plains. Now let me tell you though, I'm going to have to get used to this. I got really used to the meadows there for the last month or two. As you can see, I've died a few times already, just getting this little starter base made. So you can see I added an extra wall here for protection. I kind of have like two doors set up, so I've got plenty of time to heal up if I need to and stuff. Nobody else is here to assist me, so I'm kind of just like taking the fight slow, and you know, sometimes I'll end up with a bunch of fuelings, then an event, and draugrs are coming over. I got a tar pit over here, so you know, I've got to definitely be a lot safer than in the meadows. Also, you know, of course, the freaking death skeetos buzzing around everywhere, so you know, a lot more to deal with here. But I've got my defenses set up, and you know, I'm really ready to get to building. I'll show you what I've got inside here. I've got just basically a bunch of storage, but of course I've got the portal here, safe and protected, covered crafting table, and a bed. Just a nice little basic starter house. You know, I've got my 2 lines of defense here. I've got a forge table set up here, nice and covered. Another crafting table out here just because I was building a bunch of stuff, and a nice little bonfire here. First of all, the swamp is really ugly, and I don't want that to be part of the scene here that I'm creating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow a birch forest here in between my little area and the swamp to kind of cover it up a little bit. That's priority number 1. Priority number 2 is actually taking the port here and shifting the direction that it faces. Right now you can see it actually faces the swamp, and I don't want that. What I want to do is I want to make it face the opposite direction, up way behind me towards a mountain. So it's going to have a super scenic backdrop. I'll show you a little bit. You got the mountain up there, so it's going to look really nice, I think, in the end when it's facing that direction. So priority 1, grow the forest. Priority 2, fix the direction of the port. And priority 3, I'm going to do the layout for a massive boathouse. It's going to be awesome. I think you guys are going to love it. That's going to be the big build this episode, is a boathouse for my longships. Massive. I'm going to be able to pull them in, park them in there, no problem. I'll show you really quick. You can see I've checked everything out. You know, I've got all sorts of resources I need. I've got swamp biomes, every biome I need here. So right away, I'm going to be taking the longship out to grab resources for these builds. So I think that a boathouse is going to be a really nice thing to get done first. You know, I got a couple things I want to get done to get this started, so I'm going to go get them done. I will be back with you guys with an update in just a little bit. Alright, check it out. We have a progress update. First of all, I wanted to show you guys the forest. Now, unfortunately, I did the forest last, which was a huge mistake because I just had to stand here on top of this shed for like an hour watching the trees grow. But, you know, once they did grow, I figured out this was totally worth it. This absolutely does what I wanted it to do, which you can see one little swamp tree sticking up there in the back. But if you go everywhere else besides like right there on that rock, the swamp trees are completely hidden. Super sweet, worked out really nicely. The second thing I wanted to do was to change the angle of the port, which I went ahead and did. Now, boy, let me tell you, this used so much stone. Oh my gosh. Like I didn't realize how much it was going to use. But I think it's totally worth it because now the whole port is angled this way, which is where I want the main building to be, and towards the mountain with a nice mountain backdrop. I'll probably clear out some of those trees so you can actually see it, and you can see the dock area is also angled that way as well. So the boathouse at the center is 3 core wood poles tall, and on the sides it is 2 core wood poles tall. So you're going to see that there will be an angled roof from here to here, and then at the center here, I'm not sure if I'm going to go any higher. I might make it a little bit higher. I'm not sure. I'll do some kind of thing here to make this all look really nice. Raise this ground below the dock so that if I pull out my hammer, you can actually see these are all blue. These are counted as foundation poles all the way around. So what that's going to do is if you actually inspect the top pole here, I'm still only, you know, blue, green, yellow. So I still got 2 more 4-meter poles that I can place on top of those to do more building and to create more structure here in the middle. So, you know, I've got plenty of room to add a little bit more going vertically. So yeah, that's pretty much the basic outline, super basic outline for the docks. I think it was a really good idea to raise these stones all the way around. It's going to really, it makes the docks look a little tougher, and it also, you know, it's going to really help me be able to build that roof up there at the top. So yeah, I'm going to get to building. I've got a lot to build. I'll come back to you guys in a little bit with a nice update before I finish up the building so you can see kind of my thought process on how I'm going to put this whole thing together. All right, time for an update. Check it out. We got a lot going on here. Let me explain a few things. So first of all, you can see up at the top, I've come up with a nice little curved roof design, and then you can just see that I basically just free placed some more poles below it just to create a nice like thick edge. I think that's a nice look. Also, let's see. Over here we've got a nice little peak here. And I wanted to talk about something here really quick. This is an interesting dilemma you run into sometimes when you're building. You've got two options here. You can do this option over here on the right with 26-degree angle beams, which will pretty much just go with your build in the back. It looks very symmetrical. It looks like they're meant to be placed together. But you can also sometimes go for the extra shape. You know what I mean? So over here, we could bring a new shape into the build by using 45-degree angle beams instead of the 26s, which if you look into the background doesn't quite match up with what's behind it, but what it does is if I had one here and here, it would kind of bring a triangle shape into the build, which you don't really see anywhere else. So you could add, maybe some new shapes. So I haven't really decided what I want to do. There's always kind of an argument for both things, Sometimes you want the more symmetrical look and sometimes you want to add more detail to the build. So, it's kind of personal preference. To be honest, for this one, I'll probably end up just going with the one that is symmetrical. Up here on the top, you'll see there's like a little path. This is just my scaffolding. And then over here, the last two things I wanted to show you guys. Up on the top, you can see I decided to go with the, what is it? Like, they're like carved, let me see. Carved, I actually don't know the name. Carved darkwood dividers. That's what it is, dividers. So I went ahead and did those right here. Basically, I just wanted like some ventilation up here. I thought that'd be kind of cool. And I think those are really nice. And now that we're in the plains, we're going to have more access to tar. I think it'd be cool to start using, the dark wood a lot more. And then the final thing I wanted to show you guys is this right here. These are like my two options for my walls. You might recognize this wall right here. This is the wall that I used in the large workshop build over in the community center. Nothing wrong with it, nothing special about it. Pretty simple, just wall on the top, wall on the bottom, and large 45-degree angle X's in the middle. And you can see they're separated by just a nice trim of beams. And, I was kind of thinking maybe I do something different, so I just inverted it. So I might end up just going with the opposite, walls in the middle and X's on the outside, like the top and the bottom. I don't know. We'll see about that. I haven't really decided on that one yet. But that is it for the update. Building's coming together real nice. I'll be back in a little bit when I am done. Alright, so I made a mistake. Let me show you guys what I did. Now, this one, this is a frustrating one because it was hard. It was honestly really hard to know that this was going to be a problem. And I thought about it too, I swear, but I didn't think like it was going to do that. You see these holes in the ceiling? Yeah, it's pretty bad. So let me explain what I did. I made these all 3 wide. You can see like 3 floor panels, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, the problem is the middle floor panel, if you look up, that's where the holes are, is at these middle floor panels. And the problem is with that middle one is it doesn't have a direct path to the supports like the ones right next to it do. So you get to the one in the middle and it makes it all the way to the very top and then it's out of range. So, we're going to have to fix it. Now, it's a quick fix, though. It's a quick fix. All I need to do is add these log poles every 2 floors instead of every 3 floors. So, quick fix. It ends up lining up really nicely to the end, just like the 3 does. So, no worries there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make that change. And honestly, I think the change might even look good because it's just going to add more of these big supporting poles to the structure. Maybe it'll look a little tougher, you know what I mean? Maybe it'll look a little like a little stronger. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to finish up the build. And I'll come back to you guys in a little bit with the finished build. I don't know what to say here. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, check it out. The build is done. What do you guys... Oh, that's a little treat. The build is done. Look at this. I love how this came out. I added these little like wait, ravens? Are they crows? Or are they ravens? What are they? What are these things? Ravens. Wait, are crows ravens? What? Are they different? I don't even know. Oh, so they're different, but they're in the same family. Okay. But I added these ravens in the corners. I like that. I think it's a nice little touch. It added some detail to the otherwise kind of boring corners. And I thought it kind of made sense. You're on the ocean. Maybe there's like seagulls that might like land on them or something. I don't know. I'll show you guys next. What I wanted to talk about was like this right here. Remember I talked about this before. What I ended up doing was going with the design that matched my build the most in this circumstance. So I used 26-degree angle beams, just like the 26 angle degree beams behind them. Wow, that was really hard for me to say. And then also, you can see I free placed a nice little trim below that. just like I free placed a trim below the roof up here. So I decided to go with the design that really matched up with my design on the build. But like I said before, you could also go with the 45-degree angle beams here and add new shapes to your build. It just depends on the situation and, you know, what you want to do. I also added a nice little trim here and a little hand railing down below. And then you also might have noticed that there's a little path here. This path is, you know, definitely subject to change in the future. There's no reason this has to stay here, but I wanted to add just a little like first draft of it so you could see what this might look like in the future, which is why I added this little bench right here as well. I'll take you guys to the inside. Oh, before I do, you can see I also added the carved darkwood dividers, I think is what those are called. I gotta remember that. Wait, let me see. Let's see. Carved darkwood dividers. Yes, indeed. I added those up top there just to fill that space. I wanted to leave it open, but I wanted to add something, and I already added those in on the sides, so that worked perfectly there, if you ask me. Let me show you guys what we got going on the inside. Pretty sweet design. We've got benches here just to add a little bit of detail, and what I did was I kind of added hand railings here to the front so you can't fall into the water. But then I left these 3 little sections open because this is kind of, in my opinion, the main spot where you're going to be jumping, you know, on and off of the boat. And then, of course, I did the handrail again up here because I don't think you'll be jumping off the boat up here. And then the final detail I added was these kind of slanted beams in the front. I think it looks really cool. It just kind of fits with the whole symmetry of the build. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and show you guys. I'm in a... obviously a backup of the server so I can fly around a little bit. Look, we got the sunset lighting. What am I saying? Sunset lighting for us. Check it out. What do you guys think? Pretty sweet. In fact, I'll give you guys a little bit better lighting. Let's do skip time. Do 1200. We'll go like, it'll be like midday at that point. Yeah, look at this. Look at that, man. I love it. I think it came out real nice. And you can see I've got plenty of room for the longship up above it. No worries there. And then here, obviously down below, it's a little bit tight. But what I like about this is it seems super real to me with the rocks like up like this. It's almost like, you know, this was carved out of the land for a spot to like work on boats or park your boat or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I like it. And that is that. That is the boathouse build. I hope you guys like it. You know, more to come here soon. We've got so much to do here. Massive base. I think I'm going to start it in the next episode. I'm really excited to start it. I'm really eager to start it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know, I always leave a few cinematic shots here in at the end. So stick around if you want to see those. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, have a good one.